Welcome to Greyhound View. This week, it's the final of Chasing the Dragon at Harold's Cross. Then it's on to Waterford for the final of the 2002 Red Mills Guineas. We visit trainer Liam O'Callaghan at his kennels in West Cork, and we finish with the exciting final of the William Hill English Derby. But first we join Mal Keaveney in Kilkenny.
On a weekend filled with top-class racing nationwide, Kilkenny tonight shares in the limelight with the staging of the semi-finals of the Red Mills Champion Unraced Stake. There are two semi-finals taking place over the 5-to-5 trip. Prize money for the stake is in excess of €10,000. In Trap 1 is Barefoot Oscar, in 2 Pacific Mile, Knock Even Major is in 3, running from box 4 the Reserve Priceless Speed, 5 is 10 Men, and in 6 it's Solar View. As the hare now rapidly approaches the traps for this, the opening semi-final here at Kilkenny Track. Off they go and they're racing in this opening semi-final. 10 Men breaks very well on the outside. Pacific Mile running a good race too on that inside into the opening bend. 10 Men now being challenged by Pacific Mile. Pacific Mile has opened up a gap now, going down the back straight by 2 or 3 lengths. He leads from 10 Men. It's Barefoot Oscar moving into third as they move towards the third bend, and Pacific Mile has opened up a sizable lead here as they race towards the final corner now. It's still Pacific Mile opening up a sizable lead off the final turn. 10 Men in second. Barefoot Oscar is back in third, but we have a clear winner, and that's Pacific Mile. Confirmation now of the result of the opening semi-final, a very comfortable win by the odds-on favourite Pacific Mile. In second, 10 Men, and third, Barefoot Oscar. The winning time here, 29:15. The signal has been given for this, the second semi-final. Bangor Claude is in 1, 2 When I Can, 3 Wise Actress, running with the black jacket it's Kilduff Turbo. Dryland Flight is in 5, and Minnie's Flashing is running from box 6. The hare comes towards the traps, and a brilliant break here by the black jacket of Kilduff Turbo. He has a lead of 2 or 3 lengths into that opening bend, being challenged by Dryland's Flight now for second, along with When I Can. Down the back straight they go. Kilduff Turbo now. Wise Actress has moved into second. There's 3 lengths between these as they race towards the third bend. Kilduff Turbo really flying in second. Wise Actress moving into third. It's Bangor Claude being challenged by Minnie's Flashing off the final turn now as the race towards the line. Kilduff Turbo holding on from Wise Actress. A check now the full result of this, the second semi-final. A win for Kilduff Turbo. In second, Wise Actress, and in third, Minnie's Flashing. The time, 29:21. And now the trap draw for next weekend's final of the Red Mills Champion Unraced Stake. In 1, Minnie's Flashing. In 2, 10 Men. Running from trap 3 is Pacific Mile. In 4, Wise Actress. In 5, Barefoot Oscar. And running from trap 6 will be Kilduff Turbo.
Fans of football and greyhounds alike turned up in Harold's Cross for the final of Chasing the Dragon Puppy 5-2-5, the venue for one of the scenes from the Veronica Guerin story, which was filmed in Ireland over the past few months. Hence the name of the race.
In Trap 1 we see Aragel Spark, this early pacer owned and trained by Christopher Keeling in Dublin. He's the son of Aragel Buddy and correct and right, and expect a flying start from this fellow, ideally drawn on the rails, and may take a bit of beating. In 2, wearing the blue jacket, Duffy Sirocco, trained by Ronnie McKeown, one of 2 representatives, this owned by John Duffy in Antrim. He's a son of Spar Nikita. Duffy's Castro came with a flying finish last week, just failed to catch Lark Lotto, but may need a bit of luck here to get around the corner. Trap 3 is Thundercut Alley. This fellow was a son of Vintage Prince and Lady Ariana. He's trained by Kevin Losty and owned by Alan Criven in Kildare. Expect a flying finish from this fellow, but has been braking slowly and can't afford to make such a mistake here. In 4, the second of the Ronnie McKeown, John Duffy representatives. This Duffy's Hurricane, this son of Spar Nikita and Duffy's Kestrel, likely to be third favourite in the betting. Expect a few to follow this fellow, and not without a chance. In 5, Alan Joy, owned and trained by Peter Cumberford in Kildare. This a daughter of Lenson Ladd and the other Joy, the only bitch in the final. She was the fastest first round winner with 29:36 in the Quagmire. Expect a big finish from this one also. And 6, Lark Lotto, a worthy favourite, trained by Seamus Graham and owned by Carol and Sandra Brockfitz in England. This a son of Vintage Prince and Westmead Flight, ideally drawn the rails. He flies to the corner, powers down the back, and stays well, a likely favourite. The last one's just been placed in traps now for the final of the Chasing the Dragon Puppy 525. This worth €3,000 and trophy. The hot favourite, number 6 Larkin Lotto at 5-4. There's been strong support for number 1 Argyle Spark, now at 2-1 in trap order. 1 Argyle Spark, 2 Duffy's Sirocco, 3 Thundercut Alley, in 4 Duffy's Hurricane, 5 Alan Joy, and 6 Larkin Lotto. Away they go, and Larkin Lotto on the outside, Argyle Spark on the inside, into the corner. Argyle Spark with the inside line, looks like leading around. In second now, number 6 Larkin Lotto, back in third Duffy's Sirocco. Expect a big run from that one, but down the back straight. Number 6 Larkin Lotto struck the front, but Argyle Spark staying with them well. Back in third, Thundercut Alley showing a lot of pace, but around the third corner, Larkin Lotto on the outside just squeezed around, but Thundercut Alley looks a serious threat. Also running strongly, number 4 Duffy's Hurricane. Around the final corner, number 6 Larkin Lotto. Here comes number 3 Thundercut Alley. Up to the line, is very close, but number 6 Larkin Lotto claims it. Well, there was a close finish to the final of the Chasing the Dragon Puppy 525. Larkin Lotto, the favourite, just held off the challenge of Thundercut Alley. Back in third, Alan Joy, the winning time 28.86.
Yeah, we're very pleased because we came here for a final before. He belongs to 2 nieces, Pat's 2 daughters, and they would have been here only for an 80th birthday in England tonight. And well, they danced on the tables the last night and didn't run up to form, but this makes up for a super. Great finish. He's a good dog and absolutely thrilled to get the trophy for the girls. Seamus had him. He thought he was a little bit under the weather, but if he can run like that and he's under the weather, there's better to come.
We had a scene from our picture, Chasing the Dragon, the Veronica Guerin story about the Irish journalist who was murdered here in Dublin 5 years ago. And one of the scenes in the film called For a Day at the Dog Track, where certain individuals have a scene that play up in sort of the high roller area. So we had looked around at a couple of venues here in Dublin, and I had been to Harold Cross a few times because I've been known to spend a few quid on dogs and horses and other things that move. So I was very happy to come down and bring the director down here, and he fell in love with the place. So we shot here for a whole day and shot several races with teams of dogs, and then shot up in the what we call the VIP room, the function room up there. So we had a great experience, and Pat was great here, and we decided to sponsor a race for the betterment of the sport, and also to say thank you very much. So it's great fun. We finished shooting a week ago. Joel Schumacher who directed Tigerland and Batman and several other, Falling Down, and Kate Blanchett plays Veronica Guerin, and Jerry Bruckheimer produced with myself, and so it's going to be released by Disney at Christmas. And it's really, really very compelling story, and I'm very proud of it.
Michael, at what stage is the project here in Waterford at right now?
Well, we're 8 months into the programme at the moment, and it's due for completion at the end of August, first week of September, and everything so far is on target. So we're really delighted with it, with the progress that we've made over the last few months.
It's not open as of yet, as you say, Michael. What are the vibes, though, from the local people here in relation to the venture?
Well, to put it simply, every time if I'm downtown or that, and no matter who I meet, they're all asking, when are you going to open? That everybody seems to be looking forward to it, and it's creating quite a buzz locally, but especially amongst the business community, in that we're very interested in it, and that we're getting fantastic response to the project.
On a national level, the feature race of the weekend is here at Kilcohen Park in Waterford. It's the final of the 2002 Red Mills Guineas. It's now a 5-dog affair following the withdrawal through injury of semi-final winner Mix Mystic. First in the picture here is the red jacket of Man of La Mancha. That's a dog that's capable of a huge run here at Waterford tonight. Man of La Mancha is a son of Spar Nikita and Pretty Michelle, trained by Peter Brady for John de Bromhead here in Waterford. Mix Mystic is an absentee in 2, which leads us on now to Simply Supreme, a real Waterford specialist. He won his semi-final in the fastest time of the night, 28.32, trained by Paul Hennessy for Charlie Nolan in Carlow. Simply Supreme is a son of Beaming Supreme and Aries Rose. In the black jacket is Word of God, represents good each-way value here tonight. It's trained by Francis O'Donnell. Word of God is a son of Vintage Prince and Batty's Spirit. Next up is Borna Dasher, now under the care of Ginger McGee. Borna Dasher is the son of Top Honcho and Borna Best. It won its semi-final in a time of 28:41. In the stripes tonight is Marshall's Hill, the outsider of the 5 runners, owned and trained in County Tipperary by Billy Roach. It's a son of Staples Joe and Marshall's Image. The bell sounds here at Kilcohen Park in Waterford, and it's raining pretty heavily, I can tell you. In 1, Man of La Mancha, 2 is vacant, Simply Supreme is in 3, Word of God is 4, Borna Dasher is 5, and Marshall's Hill is running from trap 6. They reckon it's between 3 and 5. Here comes the traps, and they're away and racing, and Borna Dasher's out very well. So too is Marshall's Hill into that opening bend, and it's the red jacket now of Man of La Mancha that goes on, but they're tightly bunched down that back straight. Man of La Mancha, Simply Supreme is also well there. Showing 2 and 3rd is Word of God. Into the 3rd bend, it's desperately close between 2. The crowd are loving this final, and off the final bend, it's Simply Supreme is going to win. The Waterford specialist has won. Confirmation now of the result of the final of the 2002 Red Mills Guineas. A win for Simply Supreme, 2nd Man of La Mancha and 3rd Word of God. The winning time in the final, 28:43. Charlie, a great success here tonight with Simply Supreme. Firstly, tell us how you became the owner of Simply Supreme.
Well, you see, my father and myself had dogs all our lives, and then I hadn't dogs for a while. So my daughter Yvonne got killed a few years ago, 1996. And for my 50th birthday there, a couple of years ago, they decided to buy me a Greyhound again. So that's the dog now. So.
Simply Supreme certainly likes Waterford. He's won here time and time again.
Yeah, that's why I call him Simply Supreme. But he's out of a great bitch called Aries Rose. And you'll be hearing more about further pups that we have out the same bitch. So.
He ran a smashing race here tonight. Very good time also.
Yeah, it's very good time. But he didn't break that well. I thought he would have broken better. But on the night then, you win. That's what it's about, isn't it? On the final night.
After the break, we take a trip to West Cork and we review the surprising outcome of the English Derby final. Macroom, situated in the beautiful countryside of West Cork, is where Liam and Anne O'Callaghan decided to set up a kennel on their own. Not surprising, as greyhounds have been in Liam's family for many generations.
Back in the 50s, an uncle of mine bred the English Derby winner, and generations before that. It's something in the blood, really. And for 25 years, I trained alongside Christy, and we worked hand in hand. And 2 years back, when the new Cork track opened, I decided to just try it on my own. And initially I was going to go breed a few bitches and go down that route, but people just asked me to train a few dogs, and I got back into it before I realised it, and that lets me where I am today, I suppose. We work here as a family unit, my wife Anne and myself, and 2 children are 5 and 8. They're beginning to get into the scene now as well. So there are 2 pals of ours that come in and help us out if we're stuck. Ian Page and John Stack. On a night of racing, we might have 2 tracks, and if they're available, they help us out. So it's a day in, day out routine, really, and you just try to do the best you can. When we get into puppies, we just get them schooled, and they come back to be qualified, and they, after 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, you basically know whether they're going to make it or not. And at that stage, you really work out whether they're competition dogs or just particular individual race dogs. And it depends on the route that you take then that actually turns the dog into a star. If you take the wrong route, you can actually bury them for a while. So positioning the dog is vital. It's probably the making of a trainer, knowing when to go and when not to go in particular races. Now, it doesn't work out all the time, but at least you have to give the dog every possible chance. We mainly gallop the dogs. We very rarely walk them. They might get the walking machine on a day, but we give them a lot of galloping. We have a gallop, it's 480 yards. It's an uphill gallop. It's pretty severe at times for puppies, so we have to walk them into it gradually. And really, it's trial and error and patience. Patience is a virtue in this game.
Living in such a beautiful part of the country does have certain disadvantages.
We ran Last Penny Lady in Shelburne Park in the Breeders' Cup, which she won. She ran terribly well, and we wouldn't be going to Shelburne too often, to be honest, because we'd be leaving here at 1 o'clock in the day, and we may not return until it could be 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's a pretty long day, and it really wouldn't be viable for us. We basically walk out of the Munster tracks. Tralee would be very good to us, really. We've been very lucky there. Cork, Limerick, Youghal, and Thurles and Waterford would be the main tracks we'd be walking out of.
The prize money this year has increased enormously. How does Liam feel about it?
The prize money in general is good for the actual winners, but I feel that dogs competing in finals alongside the actual winners are being wronged. The winning prize money is fantastic, and it's glossy and it looks well on paper, but the dog maybe 2 lengths behind is not getting a whole lot. The actual fall in prize money can be devastating. The derby coming up now, actually, the prize money is brilliant. First prize, 150,000, I think, and the finalists are only getting 7. I mean, I think it's badly distributed that way. And these dogs are actually every bit as good as the winners, but it's a winner's game, really. And that's the only thing that I see wrong at the moment. Everything else is starting to pick up, really, but it's not before time.
Liam has had his fair share of success in the past, but what are the qualities needed to be a good trainer?
If you can have a small bit of patience, just might get there, but cannot rush a dog. I suppose I really put them across to owners as if they were children. You have to pace them along, find out what their capabilities are, and not expect too much. At the end of the day, I suppose it's only all a dream, but you have to give them every possible chance. And other than that, you try your best. Can't do any more.
A capacity crowd turned out for the final of the William Hill Derby at the weekend. Unfortunately, no Irish contenders made it this far, nor did any of the favourites. The finalists on the night were Trap 1, Crack Him Out, 2, Windgap Java, 3, Pilot Alert, 4, Blue Gooner, 5, Alan Gift, Trap 6, Call Me Baby. Your commentator, Earl Blythe.
Yes, this year's William Hill Greyhound Derby final, £75,000 going to the winner. The richest ever English Greyhound Derby, the hair on the move. It's wide open if you ask me. Pilot Alert, just the favourite here at 2-1, 9-4, Cracking Man, off we go and racing up towards the first bend. It's 5, Alan Gift down quick from 4, Blue Gooner. After this comes Call Me Baby. They go round the first bend and round it. It's 4, Blue Gooner going on with 5, Alan Gift. Alan Gift now out in front by a leg from Blue Gooner. Then comes Call Me Baby as they head down towards the third bend. It's still Trap 5, Alan Gift in front, leading in. Call Me Baby challenging on the outside as they come off the final bend. It's Alan Gift and Call Me Baby after these. Comes Trap 4. Blue Gooner up towards the line. Alan Gift pulls it out. Alan Gift has led throughout here for trainer Claude Gardner, and what a shot at around 16-1 on the board. This typifies this year's Greyhound Derby. What an unusual Greyhound Derby we've had. The William Hill Greyhound Derby final won by Trap 5, Alan Gift.
trained by Claude Gardner, owned by Mrs. Abel and Mr. I. Brenchley, taking the honours of the William Hill Greyhound Derby final from Trap 6, Call Me Baby in second place. What a race we've had again, another shot. The punters must be punch drunk this year. Here we go then from the traps, Trap 5, Alan Gift bolted out of the traps. We knew it had early pace. Here comes Blue Goona ranging up on its inside. Trap 2 there, you can see badly hampered Wingap Java at the first bend. Crack Him Out moved off at that point. Pilot Alert racing in fourth place, made little impression from that point. They're coming down towards the second last bend, and Alan Gift in front. Claude Gardner, of course, has only had a licence out this year, has won the William Hill Greyhound Derby at 16-1. Call Me Baby on the outside, forced out wide, challenging up towards the winning line. There's not much between them, but Alan Gift kept to its task really well. You can see running on Crack Him Out, may have grabbed third. In fact, I'm pretty sure it cracked third place there, but Trap 5, Alan Gift, this year's William Hill Greyhound Derby winner, from Call Me Baby back in second place. Crack Him Out taking third, and back in fourth is all Blue Goona. Well, here's the slow motion here from the traps, and you can see how quick Alan Gift was away. The crowd noise didn't affect Alan Gift whatsoever. The roar seemed to dampen down a little bit, I have to say, as they went down the far side, when a lot of the fancied greyhounds looked as though they weren't going to take much of a part in this year's Greyhound Derby. Crack Him Out moving right off there, hampering Wingap Java at that first bend. Alan Gift digging deep from Call Me Baby, who gave a genuine performance on the outside, but Alan Gift for Claude Gardner landing this year's William Hill Greyhound Derby final.
To everyone, all the members of staff, especially Russell and my wife, Brenda, I haven't laid a glove on this dog. I've said to him, Russell, it's your dog for the Derby. When he has them in there, Brenda's done it. I've just checked him out to make sure he's sound. And I took words of wisdom from a man who won the Derby, Terry Duggan, I worked 4 years ago. And I said, Terry said, don't overdo the dog, Claude, just carry on the same way you're going. That's what we've done. And tonight we've took the ping, and I'm so pleased for these people. And I'm pleased with myself, obviously.
The fixtures for this weekend: on Friday, June 7th, is the semi-finals of the Lee Strand Charity 550 at Tralee and the Tipperary GA sponsored meeting at Harold's Cross. Then on Saturday, the Olympic B Puppy Oaks semi-final in Shelbourne Park. The first round of the Kerry Agribusiness Irish St Leger gets underway in Limerick, and the second round of the Macroom Motor Service Stake in Cork. And on Sunday night, Kilkenny hosts the final of the Red Mills Racer Champion Unraced Stake. Next week, we've two semi-finals. It's the Lee Strand Charity 550 at the Kingdom Stadium in Tralee, the Olympic B Puppy Oaks at Shelbourne Park, and the final of the Red Mills Racer Champion Unraced Stake in Kilkenny.
For further information on Irish Greyhound racing ownership and syndication, visit our website at www.igb.ie or email us at admin@igb.ie.